Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Bachelor Nation Official. Please subscribe our channel. Sam McKinney responds to Jenn Sexts being outed by Devin Strader. The split between Devin Strader and Bachelorette Jenn just got much more messy. Devin Strader shared his side of the split on social media. He inadvertently disclosed Jenn Sexts. Watch Sam McKinney's response. Devin Strader was chastised for disclosing private chats with his ex-fiancée. Since the Bachelorette finale, Devin Strader has been the public's worst enemy. The information Jenn disclosed regarding their breakup scared the viewers. Devin, though, felt it was time to give his side of the story after over a week of silence. In a roughly 15-minute film, he debunked many statements made by his former partner on After the Final Rose. He disclosed that they had been attending couples counseling up until she decided to switch therapists without telling him. In addition, he denied surprising her by breaking up. Devin claims that although he attempted to schedule a face-to-face meeting, she resisted and pushed him, which led to their phone split. In addition, he sent a screen grab of all the numerous texts he and Jenn exchanged over their brief relationship. Before he formally ended their relationship, Jenn appeared to have threatened to break up with him several times, according to text exchanges he had previously made public following the finale. Bachelor Nation responded with ferocity and speed. Devin Strader's unauthorized revelation of private text messages infuriated fans. Fans were even more shocked to learn that Jenn sext messages were included in the text. He's sorry. In a response, Devin Strader stated that he was unaware that he had posted such personal texts from his ex-fiancée. He immediately removed the offensive texts from the video, altered it, and uploaded it again. He apologized on his Instagram story as well. He expressed his sincere regret for disclosing the sexts and declared that he didn't mean to harm Jenn. Devin explained that all he wanted to do was depict the relationship from his point of view. Sam McKinney responds to Jenn Sexts being outed by Devin Strader. Sam McKinney was The Bachelor's season 21 antagonist until September 3rd. However, that all changed in an instant when Jenn disclosed that Devin Strader had called off their engagement. Devin is now the season's antagonist, and Sam McKinney is thinking. Jenn exposes Devin Strader's warning signs that she disregarded. You seldom ever see your partner's warning signs when you're dating. They don't become evident till after the split. The Bachelorette Jenn talked candidly about the warning signs she disregarded in her romance with Devin Strader. For more, continue reading. He asked strange question to producers following engagement. Earlier this week, Jenn appeared in 2 lengthy segments on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast. She remembered her romance with Devin Strader, the Bachelorette suitor. About 2 months after becoming engaged while filming the reality show, the couple announced their divorce on After the Final Rose. They had been engaged on the season finale. Devin's question for producers the day after their engagement was one big red sign she disregarded. They said he asked them how long the show's couples stay together. Jenn realizes now that that was a strange question to ask. She further stated that he began to feel differently about her during their engagement. Does Devin Strader feel bad about not ending Bachelorette too soon? Devin Strader was upfront about using the N-word with Jenn on the show, but he nearly left when she didn't respond. Jenn claims that Devin said something to her later on in their disputes, questioning whether he ought to have left the Bachelorette sooner. She has previously stated that he had acknowledged regretting becoming engaged during the ATFR. Breakup started with a cryptotext. This week, Devin Strader released a video in which he offered his version of events. A glimpse of the texts he exchanged with Jenn throughout their brief relationship was provided in his piece. But it wasn't the first time he had disclosed their private exchanges. A screenshot of one of their texts was released by him, and it was swiftly removed after the season finale saw TV. Before he finally ended things, he texted Jenn claiming that she had threatened to break up with him multiple times. After he sent a mysterious text earlier in the day stating that they needed to discuss the next day, she said on the podcast that they broke up within the course of a 2-minute phone call. Jenn claims that after that, Devin and his family watched an episode of The Bachelorette. She was rattled by his text and demanded that they speak on the phone, which is probably why he dumped her. How she found resolution. In an unexpected way, Jenn Tran found closure in their relationship. Following the conclusion, pictures of Devin hanging out with an ex after splitting from Jenn started to circulate online. Mari Pepin explains if Jenn Tran should continue her BIP following her breakup. After her painful separation, Mari Pepin has weighed in and stated if Jenn Tran should participate in Bachelor in Paradise. This season, Jenn did not have an easy time. There were other things that upset the fans. Right now, not many people are pleased with ABC or the producers. But does Mari believe Jenn ought to go on the show and get another chance? To find out, continue reading. This is Jenn Tran's heartbreaking finale. One of the hardest finales to see was Jenn Tran's. Fans were informed that Devin and Jenn had already split up before they even featured the proposal between them. Talking about this was something Jenn found difficult. With the cameras turned off, Devin's personality had dramatically transformed. During a 2-minute phone call, he declared he was not in love with her and called off the engagement. She was then forced to watch the proposal return at the end by the production. Jenn found this to be quite difficult. Mari Pepin adds her voice. Mari Pepin has stepped in and shared her thoughts with fans over Jenn Tran's suitability for Bachelor in Paradise. In my opinion, Jenn shouldn't participate in Bachelor in Paradise. I think the program has shown what they're ready to do to obtain the story they want, especially with her. It's nearly hard to want to put yourself back in that position if you keep it in the back of your mind, especially when her particular case is so tragic. I don't believe she ought to repeat it. It is also something that fans concur on. Jenn could not appear on the show at this time. She still needs time to process all of the feelings and is not finished recovering. Fans, though, wouldn't object if she appeared on the program at some time. If she would even be interested, that is. Mari doesn't seem to agree that Jenn ought to appear on the show. Maybe it's too much for her right now. She's still working on getting over the whole thing. Jenn is occupied with Dancing with the Stars as well. Many of Jenn's admirers wish for her happiness. After TikToks, Jonathan Johnson responds to speculation about Jenn Tran. Since Jenn Tran arrived in Los Angeles for Dancing with the Stars, she and Jonathan Johnson have been spending time together. When they shared videos together, fans went crazy. Many people are rooting for these two to somehow resume their on-screen romance. Speaking up about hanging out with Jonathan was Jenn Tran. He is now sharing his thoughts on their reunion. To find out more about what is or isn't happening between them, continue reading. Jonathan answers rumors about Jenn Tran. Since Jenn Tran landed in Los Angeles for Dancing with the Stars, she and Jonathan Johnson have been spending some time together. Bachelor Nation is going crazy over these two in hopes that they will attempt dating once more. Fans weren't really pleased with Jenn Tran's remarks when she opened up about her relationship with Jonathan. As far as Jenn is concerned, she is currently just friends with all of her suitors. She claims that even after everything that transpired with Devin Strader, she wouldn't alter how things turned out. Jonathan is now talking about his recent trips with Jenn and his thoughts on them. When he came on the Vile Files with Nick Viall, he was asked if he and Jenn had discussed the possibility of picking things back up. The conversation has not yet been had, he stated. Natalie Joy interrupted to ask, "Yet? She's going to be in LA for the next few months where I live, so at some point," Jonathan remarked. Refusing to let it drop, Nick inquired as to whether Jenn and Jonathan had exchanged any flirtatious texts. Jonathan retorted, I'm not sure what flirtatious means to you. I can't tell if someone is only attempting to high-five me or flirt with me since at heart, I'm 8 years old." He appeared to be really attracted to Jenn, but after their fantasy suite dates, she sent him home, leaving him in third place. The broken engagement of Jenn Tran, the Bachelorette, shed a lot of tears during after the final rose. It was disclosed at this time that Devin Strader had called off their engagement after a brief exchange of phone calls. With Jenn and Devin watching, Jenn sobbed as Jesse Palmer presented the proposal once more. When they saw how much affection Devin had for her throughout the season, fans were in a state of shock. He has now stated that he thinks he was actually her backup plan.